This was a flight into the history books, a journey of peace, they say, the word displayed in the 3 languages of the brokers of the deal which allowed it to happen. Genuinely, it marks a significant shift in the geopolitics of this region, an Israeli airline full of Israeli government officials off to the Arab world, and with the Americans taking credit for the whole thing.
I do believe that this is ushering in a new hopefulness amongst all people, that peace is possible and that there's a new chapter that can be written. And I just want to acknowledge that this has been President Trump's vision for the Middle East from the very beginning.
And yet it was an irony that the plane's journey took it straight over the missing element in all this, the Palestinians. Speaking as the plane was flying overhead, the Palestinian Prime Minister said it has hurt us very much to see an Israeli plane landing in the Emirates. It's a clear and blatant violation of the Arab position regarding the Arab-Israeli conflict.
For the very first time, an Israeli registered aircraft will overfly Saudi Arabia.
They see it as an Arab betrayal compounded by the decision of the Saudi government to allow the plane into their airspace, another first. As it touched down in Abu Dhabi, the Israeli flag was displayed for the first time in these parts, a signal that the UAE is formally recognizing the Jewish state and ditching the convention that it would never do so until the formation of a state of Palestine. On the tarmac, Mr. Trump's son-in-law was making the most of the American president's role in the deal. There is an election to win, and he was blunt in his assessment that it is the Palestinians' fault that they are not there.
The very few who have been critical of this peace agreement are the ones with a long track record of failure and trapping their own people in misery and poverty. They exploit division to maintain power, but their rhetoric has grown tired, and the region is breaking free from their grip.
But that's an assessment which Palestinians here in East Jerusalem and over there behind Israel's wall in the West Bank will find deeply offensive. It's true that as part of the deal, the Israeli threat to annex parts of the West Bank has gone away. It's also true that the Palestinians flatly refuse to engage with any part of Donald Trump's peace plan. But their argument is, why should we? The plan doesn't give the Palestinians a capital city here in East Jerusalem, and it doesn't give them as much land as everyone agreed to in the Oslo Accords so many years ago. This may be a realpolitik approach and a new alliance against Iran, but it threatens to leave the Palestinians behind, and they are still at the heart of the problem and the solution in this region. A peace flight and a peace deal it may be, but without the Palestinians, where can it really lead? Mark Stone, Sky News in Jerusalem.